All right, trainers, I hope you had a great wild area event and we were able to have a fun time grinding for your favorite Pokemon, whatever that was. Let me know in the comments what your biggest pull of the event was and if you had a great time with these mighty Pokemon spawns or what you thought. But let's quickly cover what to miss and what to catch this week in Pokemon GO, November 17th to the 23rd. So first thing to note is that we are carrying over the raid bosses from last week of Mega Tyranitar and Mega Altaria in the 4-star raids. And honestly, I'm not sure what the 5-star raid is going to be since it changed every day last week. But if you need info on those Megas, check out last week's video for those stats. Now, Monday night, running from 6 to 7 p.m., we will have the Max Monday, where every power spot will host the featured Pokemon Dynamax Toxtricity. By now, I'm sure you've grabbed this Pokemon, but it is definitely a good time to get Candy, since Toxtricity is a more rare Pokemon, so if you still need that, and especially that XL Candy, get out during the Max Monday. Tuesday at 10 a.m. local time, the raid rotation will change to feature Mega Ampharos and Manectric in 4-star raids and Heatran in 5-star raids. So Mega Ampharos is the number 10 electric type raid attacker in the game and the number 42 for dragon types. It doesn't have much relevance in PvP, so this is going to be a Pokédex entry for this Mega and then move on. Now, Mega Manectric is the number 4 electric type attacker in the game and is well worth trying to get a good one. It doesn't sit very well in PvP either, but luckily Candy for both of these Pokemon is pretty easy to come by. Now, Heatran is coming back, and it is the number 15 Fire-type attacker and the number 61 Steel-type. As far as PvP, it does well in the Master League, currently sitting at number 74. They didn't mention if this is going to know its legacy move or not, but if it does know Magma Storm, this is well worth getting. Otherwise, just take this time, grind for some candy for Heatran. All these raids can be shiny, by the way. Still on Tuesday at 10 a.m., we will have the High Voltage event, which will last until Saturday at 8 p.m. Morpeko will be making its shiny debut in Researches, Go Battle League, and even Snapshot Encounters. Wild encounters for this event is going to include Emolga, Dedenne, Togedemaru, and a rare chance of Shinx, and all of these can be shiny. Event bonuses will include 2x XP for nice throws or better, 2x Stardust for catching Pokemon, and an increased chance for those shiny wild Pokemon we just talked about. There's also going to be a $5 event ticket available, giving you 2 green raid passes, an elite charge TM, and encounters. There's going to be collection challenges giving you XP, Stardust, and a Morpeko encounter. But the biggest chase here is going to be those field research tests, which can award you with the Morpeko encounter as well. So if you're trying to grind for that shiny Morpeko, field research is probably going to be your best option. Then at 1 p.m. Pacific time, the Go Battle League will change to feature the 2025 Championship Series Cup and the Master League Mega Edition. So the Championship Cup will be for Pokemon 1500 CP and below, with only Ice, Flying, Psychic, Ghost, and Dragon type Pokemon being eligible, and Dark and Rock types are prohibited. A little gang of Pokemon are also blacklisted of Alolan Sandshrew and Sandslash, Alolan Ninetales, Lapras, Galarian Corsola, Kingdra, Jellicent, Honedge, and Doublade, and Corviknight. And then the Mega Master League is for any Pokemon. There's no CP limit, and even Mega Pokemon are allowed in this cup. Then Tuesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we'll have the Spotlight Hour, where there will be an increase in spawns, and every Pokemon in the surrounding area will be Sableye. And we're going to have the bonus of 2x Catch Stardust. And this is great because Sableye is a Stardust boosted Pokemon, normally giving you 750 Stardust per catch. So double it will be 1,500, and then make sure you drop a Star Piece for an additional 50% gain. And this is going to be before weather boost and things like that. So if you are looking for candy for this Pokemon, Mega Evolve a Dark or Ghost type Pokemon as well. I wouldn't be as concerned about getting that, but or at least getting a good one. Definitely focus on the Stardust gains during that Spotlight Hour. Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we'll have the weekly raid hour featuring Heatran. We touched on this earlier, but I would say do this raid hour, join a community ambassador hosted meetup to get a free green raid pass after doing 2 raids, and take advantage of that seasonal bonus of Rare Candy XL during the raid hours as well. Then starting Friday, we have an interesting Max Battle weekend that lasts much longer than a weekend. But Dynamax Eevee will be making its debut in Pokemon GO Friday, November 21st at 6 a.m. until Monday the 24th at 9 p.m. local time. During this event, we will see Eevee in the wild as well as 2-star Max Battles. The event bonuses will include half adventuring distance for walking particles, power spots will refresh more frequently, which is normally about every 30 minutes, and 2x max particles from power spots. There's also going to be collection challenges giving you Eevee candy, max particles, and a Poffin. The quick of this is, please remember, Eevee does receive a Gigantamax form later. That one cannot evolve, so only the Dynamax version can evolve. And of all of the evolutions, the only ones with a meta relevance in max battles right now, honestly, would be Glaceon as a budget ice type, Sylveon-ish for fairy types, but we do have Hatterene and Gardevoir as well, which are definitely both better, and Umbreon for dark type if you don't have Gigantamax Grimmsnarl or Single Strike Urshifu. So do keep that in mind. A lot of the evolutions are not going to be great for max battles, but they're definitely cool to get, but only the Dynamax can evolve. The Gigantamax will not be able to evolve. And that wraps up this week in Pokemon Go. For overtime this week, we're just going to cover a little bit of things. I'm going to throw up some screen grabs and things. I have some Legends ZA gameplay that my son has been playing that. He's very much enjoyed this game. I like watching it too. I am excited for these new Mega Evolutions. It'll be interesting to see if these do come to Pokemon Go, or when, I guess I should say. But yeah, no, let me know what you guys think of this game as well. Let me know how your Wild Area event was. I'm going to cover some future things that we have coming up. So we're getting ready. Luckily, Max Finale, Wild Event, those were fantastic events. I loved them, but I'm very excited to see that we are going to be going to the City Safari event in Miami, which is in the middle of December, I think the 13th and 14th. So we're going to be going down there for that. I'm very excited to get those little Safari Hat Eevees. It's a good time for us to go. We're kind of snowbirds up here, so it'll probably be a little bit colder by us, so Miami's a great place to go to during that time. So I'm very excited about that event. I love that they're bringing one of the regional Oricorios over to the States as well. And then the Mudbray is what I'm most chasing after. Let me know if you guys are going to any of the in-person City Safari events as well, especially if you're going to the one in Miami. I'm very interested to see how many people are going to be there. I know it's going to be a fantastic time. The community ambassador down there is doing a fantastic job helping everybody organize their hotel accommodations and things like that, and they're really coming together for a cool community event. So I'm very, very excited to see that. So there's going to be that event. I'm sure we're going to have, obviously, that we know we are going to have that Com Day wrap-up in December as well. So I'm really curious to see what you guys are excited for through the rest of this year. I'm probably going to be most excited for any winter events we have. I love when they feature the snow and ice-type Pokemon. And they always have great costumes. You know, we'll see if we get that Stantler with the reindeer costume again, or what we're going to get. So if there's anything you're looking for, definitely let me know. I'm very interested to see what people are most excited for in this game, what you think the next steps in this game are going to be. We've had a lot of big updates recently with the level 80 update, all these huge in-person events. So I'm curious what you are excited for, because right now we have had so much going on, and we are a little bit on burnout over here in our PokeFam, just because there's just been non-stop content, and a lot of it feels overwhelming. A lot of it feels very repetitive. I feel that we raided for Zacian and Zamazenta more times than I could possibly count, and I'd be fine to never raid for those again at this point. So it's hard to keep this game fresh, but that's where I love these little mini events like the City Safari event. Is something very cool to go after. The spawns are pretty generic. I felt that same way for the Wild Area event. I felt like they were pretty generic spawns, but those mighty Pokemon really made up for it. So that's why I'm kind of curious. We'll see if they announce more details for the Go Tour in 2026 as well. But I'm really curious what everybody else is looking for and how they feel about the current state of gameplay. I'm still loving raiding. I still love Gigantamax battles, of course. This Dynamax Max weekend feels a little bit falling flat. It's not much of a community event, which is fine because we just had a big community event, so I love that we're seeing that. But it does feel like it's kind of an odd little event. So I don't know. I'm just curious what everybody else thinks. I still love this game. Our family still loves playing. We luckily got a pretty decent amount of shinies and hundos. I think in the first day of the Wild Area event, which was today, the day of this recording, we had 6, 7. Sorry, can't get it out of my head with my kids. We had about 6 or 7 wild hundos that were called out just in our park area, which was just absolutely fantastic. You know, a lot of community interactions. We had about 50 or so plus people, and we had a really great time. let me know how your events are. I'm curious the other communities. I know that results may vary, so I'm kind of curious how everybody else did with this event. We had a great time, but honestly, a couple hours of gameplay is really enough for us. I feel like the 8-hour events, that is really a grind, and you do not have to play it. And I always want to make that very clear to people. Do not feel obligated to play for the entirety of the event, because you will get burned out. So, yeah, but let me know how you guys did. If you're a major grinder and you did 20, if you did 70 Cresselia raids to try to get that shiny, or what you did, I'm still curious to see everybody's thoughts and opinions on that. But yeah, make sure you get out there and enjoy this game by yourself or with your PokeFam and friends. Catch you next time.